Hi.
Hello, I'm Colin.
And I am John.
And he made that look easy, didn't he?
Eh,
Compared to the.
Seamless.
Faffing, fanning about.
I'm thinking, what is he doing there? See, when he said we're just about to go live, I'm thinking, is that what I was meant to do?
Just give you a wee heads up. Um, Preview show
instead,
time.
instead with Blackford going, aye, this is what happened when we were on question time. I'm like, right, aye, wait a minute. I think that's fucking streaming. Wait a minute.
Can you all sit still? Just pretend. I have to say, I very much enjoyed your episode with Ian Blackford. Ian on the forum was full of praise for it as well.
Was he?
He's as well enjoyed it. It's quite. I've said this before. It's like I very rarely watch us back because why would I? Like I've heard it all.
Aye.
So having an opportunity to go and listen to an episode is quite good from time to time. So he's
I
as
think it
well.
was
I
good
really
because
enjoyed it.
I think you said it on the phone, and he's like I always think that when you get get somebody on, or any, this is on anything, I suppose, but you get anybody on to any podcast, not just ours, and folks start picking it like their sort of credentials of like, are they really how big a fan are they? Again, like they've lived there in London all their years or whatever, or America or wherever. But he was rattling off dates and players and like all that kind of stuff. You're like, fucking hell, like, do you want to come and do it every week?
I could pitch in.
I actually, after he mentioned, I don't know exactly the pronunciation. Is it Hansard? Is that how you pronounce it? The sort of minutes Parliament. I went and had just a search today purely by chance to see how often Hibs or Hibernia would be mentioned, and it is in there.
I've seen him at Hibs.net, folk on Hibs.net would post it. Anyway, we'll blabber on.
Aye.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. We only mentioned
Aye.
Brexit once.
Good.
And we got to be mentioned in the evening news today.
Aye, saw that as well. Well done. Always good to get a wee
We were
plug there.
described as popular. That was how much did we pay for that?
It was a listener that wrote it,
Aye. Still. Chris has said, evening fellas, 4 p.m. is 4 p.m. If I was interviewing you lot, you would be sent packing. Yep, sorry about that, Chris. We were a bit tardy in the day, a bit late.
I was here. I was here early,
I wasn't
actually.
either, but we'll say no more about it. Chris said last Sunday's episode was brilliant. Dan said, afternoon, finally Friday, time for a Guinness, mon the cabbage. Yep, if you're having a Guinness or any other beverage, enjoy it. I'm on
Do you know
Coca-Cola.
Guinness has got less calories in it than lager?
No danger.
It feels like it should have more.
Aye, it's heavier.
Do they come in pint cans? Because tenants do.
You do get pint cans. You can. I don't know where last time I saw one, but I've seen a pint can of Guinness. Yeah.
Guinness and what Guinness convincing you need a wee widget and that to open the can with. Like that's just.
But it's still shite. Like
genius.
Sorry, Guinness isn't shite. However, out of can, well, widget is nothing compared to a cold pint of Guinness out the tap.
Aye.
And other drinks are available. Like we're not plugging them. They didn't sponsor us.
I was in a Premier Inn last year, right? But this time it was December time last year. Bumped into one of the listeners. Mind I was telling you, and I got a pint of Guinness, and they make it like they're pouring a pint of Guinness, right? But they've just got one of the widget things or whatever they call it. I can't remember the name of it. The fancy machine thing that you pay 50 quid for or whatever. They had one. They had it sitting on the tap, but the thing underneath it. And I thought, you're just pouring it. You're just pouring a can of fucking Guinness, mate. You're making me feel like I'm getting out of the tap.
Is it like a wee vibration plate or something? It sits on to get a bit of fizz or whatever. Like
no, it's one of the is it nitro something that they call it for the Guinness ones. I think there's some of the other ones.
I know what you mean. I think what it's called, but I know what you mean.
Like the Albion bars, just got they pour a can in and then they just get a wee shake on a wee machine. But this one was the actual.
Quid, please.
Aye, the nitro thing.
J-Star said Bowie loves playing Dundee. Really hope he gets a couple of goals, so that's him back up and running. And Chris said Guinness is stunning, just causes issue the next day. First time I tried Guinness was in Dublin, and my friend Bob, I don't know if Bob listens, but he was a seasoned Guinness drinker, and he says when you wake up the next day, he says you'll have a clear head and black shites, and it was pretty much spot on. Nitro Surge, Dan says that's what it's called.
That's it. I knew it was nitro something.
Right, can we talk football? I don't care how many minutes we're in now, but that's 5 minutes.
Can we just stay more on the Guinness and that?
Do you know this episode has started the way that some pre-drinks before a game starts, where you start to get the flavour and you go, fuck it, we're not going to go to the football, we're just going to stay here.
Don't bother. How are you feeling for the game Saturday, John? You looking forward to it?
Excited, Matthew. I've thought about this in advance because I got pulled up the last time. I am excited to go
that question.
Back to Easter Road because it feels like it's been fucking ages. I'll hopefully be sat next to Leon. It's a wee bit chilly, so I'll have my hat, my gloves, and hopefully be nice and cozy and served up with a 3-0 Hibs win.
Good stuff. That's what it says. No such thing as bad weather, only inappropriate clothing. Green Tea said, don't like Guinness here, but it's totally different in Dublin. It's definitely going to be the theme for this episode. God, you even dressed in black for it. Like you were prepped.
We've even got the wee.
There you go.
There's the head, look. And the beard there.
How are you feeling for the game, Colin?
I look forward to getting back to it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I normally moan about the international breaks, but that last one was all right. So the and I like the suggestion on the phone, and like we should cover the Scotland games in the summer, because we're always scrapping about for content anyway.
Oh, aye. Like if we're at the World Cup, we might as well do it.
But I look forward to it. It must be about a month, is it? 4 weeks maybe? I was at the game with you, John Livingston game, mind. That was the last one at home.
Chris has just said that in the chat. He's buzzing for tomorrow. Feels like ages since a man's game at Easter Road, a month or so. And it is, I reckon, a month since the last one.
Yeah, 4-0 game, yeah.
Mad. I can't wait for it. Like, I'm chomping at the bit. I'm feeling a bit choked up, I'm like, I'm hoping it doesn't sort of evolve into anything more sinister, because I didn't really want to miss the game. Fuck that.
It's a wee bit controversial, but I actually didn't mind going out when it's cold, when you're a wee bit bunged up, because I feel that it helps loosen things up and you can discreetly clear it,
Aye.
shall we say.
In terms of team lineups, I had a look at picking a team, and I pretty much picked the same team that played against St Mirren. Went for Salinger in goals. It was Iredale, Hanley, and Bashiri. Going left to right,
John.
Aye.
65 cap Hall of Famer Grant Hanley.
Yeah, that's it. World Cup hero.
And hopefully World Cup participant.
Aye, I'm sure he'll be going to the World Cup. Like, I don't think there's any question.
He'll not drop him after playing every game.
Oh, no. I'm not suggesting like dropping, like Touchwood, that he's fit and ready to go. He's earned his place.
Just depends on if there's some random boy down in England that fancies playing a World Cup. I've seen that guy from Newcastle that's been knocking us back for about 4 years. Now he's interested again.
It's like, maybe I fancy it. Across the middle, went for the Nadins or Caddens on either side of Barros and Mulligan with McGrath in the 10. Mm-hmm. And I kept Bowie and Boyle up front. Just I think they played well against St Mirren. So that's pretty much my team. I didn't really think there's that much to worry about with Dundee. That's like famous last words.
They did beat Celtic only about a month ago.
But it's like Celtic were shite. Like I don't think if you watched the game,
Celtic
battered them in that game. Mm-hmm. Dundee scored with, I think, 2, maybe 3 attacks that they had, but they defended pretty well. Like, I thought they were well worth their win.
Aye, Celtic hardly got a shot away.
Aye, but that aside, did they get a point at Rangers as well, Dundee? Like, so it's not like they're incapable of pulling out a result, but they've also had some chasings as well. Like Aberdeen put 4 past them. They've had a few 3s past them as well. So, and our game at the start of the season at Dundee, although it finished 2-1, it was a much more comfortable game than a 2-1 suggests.
First game of the season, that.
Aye. What have you thought of Dundee so far, Colin?
I've not seen loads of them. I've seen that Celtic game. I did watch that, and I thought they deserved to win that, like, because they looked more threatening. Celtic, as much as they had loads of possession, didn't create anything. So I thought they were all right that day. And Celtic weren't good, but I mean, they've still got a better standard of player, haven't they? Then you even say that against us. That's not just me harming saying that against Dundee. They were shite against us first game of the season, but it was only 2-1. But remember, that was like, we said it probably on the podcast. It was like a 2-1 hammering. Like, Dundee didn't mind. They didn't
try, or did they come out their half?
That's right. They didn't. It was mad. Because I says we would have been raging if that had been us. So other than that, I've not seen loads of them. I think they got hammered off Hearts, didn't they? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think a lot of folk are writing them off and saying they're shite, but they have beat Celtic, and I think if they've drawn with Rangers as well, they're maybe not that shite. The bottom of the league, though. Second bottom of the league.
Aye, second bottom. I think when we looked at it when we were doing our extra time, there hasn't been a league game since then. I think they were bottom of the league for away form as well, so they don't travel well. John, are you saying anything from Dundee to be concerned about?
No, just weird. I wouldn't even call them superstitions. Just like ex-players and things coming back, or ex opponents that come back that might try and rile you up, or if they were to come to Easter Road, for example, and try and noise up the supporters, for example, then we might turn our attention towards Presley, for instance, and that might detract from the job at hand. So that would be that would, but that's not a real concern. That's like a stupid football superstition. Like, when we were talking to Ian Blackford, I mentioned the Dundee United game before we won the Scottish Cup. Like, it's not always true that ex players or ex opponents come back and haunt you. So we've got nothing to be concerned about really tomorrow. Other than the fact that we are playing another Premier League team who are there to try and stop us from winning or try to win the game themselves. But when you're looking at the table, they've conceded almost 2 goals every game so far, and we've scored almost 2 goals every game so far. So I'm kind of optimistic that we're going to score 2 goals.
2 goals. I like the logic behind it, John. That's how XG should work, eh? Like when you've said, well, we normally score 2 goals, so we would expect to score 2 goals this time. I think you've maybe redefined it there.
Maybe. I mean that's proper science. Like, you take an existing idea and you improve on things. You suggest a new route forward.
No pseudoscience, no. Colin, in terms of the team, I went for let's say the same team that started against St Mirren.
Yep.
Certainly, I thought they were good in that game. Although it's interesting that the result and the performance in the end probably makes you forget the fact that like we conceded a really bad goal right at the start. You know, we were.
Yeah.
I'm always reluctant to say lucky the fact that the boy was offside, because defenders playing offside line, like you got to
I
give
know,
them
but
credit, but always think when it's that tight, it could have gone either way.
depends what offside line you're looking at. Like the first one
Well,
or the second one. Oh no, he was off.
they
On
were
both
off on both of them. Aye, and then obviously they had the same with the in the second half where we conceded in the game. So the game could have been very different, although it was a good performance and come away 3-0. You wouldn't want to talk it down.
You do forget, eh? You do.
Aye,
Like
you do.
look at the Scotland game during the week. We were pretty fucking shite.
Aye,
Like, but we won. Nobody cares. Everybody's like talking about how good we were.
talking about one of the best games ever. I mean, that's it. One of the best nights ever at Hampden, and
Yeah.
I forget like how when the second Danish goal went in, everybody was fucking losing their mind about it.
Do you not think games though should? Do you not think there's an argument that games should be judged on the emotion and drama that's attached to it rather than, like, say, technical ability,
Oh,
etc.?
aye.
Because although the game wasn't perhaps a classic, what was at stake for both teams in the way that Scotland kind of found themselves ahead and drawn back to level again, and then finally qualifying after 27 years.
It's based on that though. That's what McGinn says. We were pretty. I can't mind these words, but we were
It's a
rubbish.
bit rubbish, I
But
said.
we won. Nobody cares.
I guess like maybe the dynamic's different because it's international football, because it was like group stage stuff. Like league football, like shite performances where we've discussed it before, where shite performances where you get results, you didn't get the credit when the results start to fade away. Like that's when managers start to leave, etc.
And I think this is really the point I was making with saying I was going to pick the same team, is that it's easy to forget that there was moments in the game where they weren't great. When things could have gone differently, and you think, well, we won 3-0, so just keep the same team and didn't question it. I did question it. I had a look to see what would change, but I thought overall in that game we were still worth the win, and it might have changed if they'd scored, but they didn't. So I'll go on what did happen, and I thought every player deserved to kind of retain their place. Any changes you would make to it, John?
I don't think so. I was going to ask you though, like we've had a bit of a laugh about this before. So the record books will show that St Mirren never scored. So to your point about the team and whether it would change, and funnily enough, like when you were talking about the game, I couldn't remember. I was like, why can I not remember this game? Like I know that I've got a bad memory. It's because I never saw it. That was that week.
Oh, that's right.
That was that podcast. So because although we didn't concede to during the game, we did concede to. Is there any? Would you make any changes to your lineup as like looking at the game through that lens?
No, and that's the point I was making, John, was that even taking that into consideration, I still felt that the the team did well enough to retain their place. Like that we were good enough overall on the day that nobody really deserved to drop out. And I'm not sure even like if you look at the performances beyond St Mirren that we've not really got anybody in the team that's like on the borderline, like whether they deserve to keep their place or not. I think our performances have been pretty decent for a wee while. So I think if you've got a consistent team, it's different. Like Cadden dropped out and then came back to a good performance like that. If we had more players like that, I think it's a bit harder to pick the team. But as things stand, I think I'm quite comfortable just keeping the same team. What about you, Colin?
So I picked a team
Right.
on the whiteboard here, and that team is almost exactly the same. I had Cleegee starting.
Did you?
However, I did read, I remembered later, it was one of the guys on Patreon, I think Chris Black, I can't remember, said that there was rumours that he rolled his ankle in a bounce game
There was
in the
taken
international
off.
break.
Yeah.
And I've not seen anything official on that. I've read it on the message boards, and obviously I've seen it in the Patreon. So I don't know if he's available or not, but I think if he was, I'd maybe play him.
So I wouldn't be against it, especially because Boyle's been. I don't know if Cleegee was
He's away
away.
Australia again, is he?
Aye. So
that was a question I was going to ask, because I know that I think it's Kieran Gallagher, one of our listeners, has pointed out Boyle before, and I think it was maybe the Livingston game where Cleegee came back and scored, and Boyle had been away on international duty. Has he been away on international duty? I think I saw pictures of him mucking about with his teammates.
I've not seen loads of photos, but it was an international break, so I assume so. But I don't know. I've not seen much about
Would you
Australia.
be tempted to play Yuan up front with Bowie instead of Boyle?
If Cleegee's not available.
If Clegee's not available, if we want to give Boyle a wee bit of rest coming back for his business class trip.
I'd be surprised if he comes straight back into the starting lineup, like. But what about Iredale for a beta because of Australia? If he's been away as well, was he? I mean, we're talking as if we know they're away. Were they away? Don't even know. Hibs normally post stuff, and retweet stuff. I can't remember seeing anything.
We've done our usual deep research.
Well, somebody will message one of these guys one of the Patreon guys or one of the YouTube followers. They'll tell us.
The folk who usually dig us out. Help us.
That's why we went live.
Wait, hang on. I'm talking about Boyle on international duty. Were they playing England?
No clue.
Was that another time? Sorry, I'm just
clue.
on his Instagram now. I've got no idea.
So Chris said a beta was away, right? So keep Iredale in. I'm picking my team regardless. I think they're professional players. The flights weren't that long, right? They've been back long enough that they can play on a Saturday afternoon. So I think you're overthinking it.
It's a long fucking flight, though. Like.
You can, but you stop. Again, you stop for a pee break, and I've read it.
That makes it even longer, eh?
Aye. J-Star said Iredale and Boyle both played. Boyle played, Iredale didn't. David Granier said Stephen Presley, Hugh Hart's bastard. And Chris said Newell on the bench, as Grace suggested Hoylett and Josh will be out. So if we've no Hoylett and no Campbell, it'd be interesting to see if Newell gets a place back on the bench, because you would think if he's back fit, he would probably be looking to come in for Barros or John.
Sorry, I was on Google there trying to work out whether Australia was away. Did you see my eyes were darting about? What were you asking?
Joe Newell. So Joe Newell potentially could be on the bench tomorrow. But just to be interesting, like if he comes on, he's probably would be one of the 60-minute subs for Barros. Or
maybe, I don't know. Would you want to? This is the gap between the football coach, someone who works with the players every week, and like medical professionals, physios, doctors, etc., and shite podcasters that aren't always paying attention. Would Joe Newell last 30 minutes? Would you want him to his first action back in a Hibs jersey to be 30 minutes against Dundee, or would it be more like 15 minutes or 10 minutes at the end to just kind of ease him back in?
He's been out a long time. In my experience, the age group stuff, when they've got like proper Hibs physios and that, is that you start with a small amount. But he's a professional player that knows his own body. He's 30-year-old club captain. He could probably say I could do longer than that.
I think they had that bounce game where Cleegee was injured as well. So it's not like this will be his first action. He'll have been training in between now and sort of getting his first taste of the ball back on the grass, etc.
You've made me think a tweet for tomorrow if Joe Newell's on the bench come 60 minutes. You seen Ace Ventura?
Mm-hmm.
Just put me in, coach. Give me a chance.
We can watch out for him. Somebody can get a photo of it.
If we can get Joe Newell and a wee tutu and maybe his hair off to one side, that'd be quite funny.
We have missed that quality here since for the whole time that Newell's been out. I mean, there's nobody else sort of really carrying a good haircut in the squad, I don't think, is there?
I don't think so.
The fact
Yes, I
you're
can't
having to
even
think about
visualise
it. That's it. The fact you're having to think about it just says everything. So,
I
all
mean,
right.
Grant Hanley's got like a traditional short back and size, doesn't he?
Aye.
Like his is like the 442 haircuts. Are we looking for something that's a bit? We're not talking about exotic, are we? We're talking about flowing with a bit of volume to it.
Something
Maybe
that
sort
you,
of trying the mullet sort of thing, as well.
something you would comment on if you saw it. Can you go? Can it? It's what folks say about Joe Newell. He's got good hair.
It's not without this sounding like a loving. Like Joe Newell doesn't just have good hair; he's got a wee bit of swagger that goes with it. So you remember that video of him at Fir Park? I think it was the game where Melkerson scored two, where he started swaggering down the stairs. I think someone put a video out with the music to it. Like Joe Newell's got that as well. He's got charisma.
Right.
Maybe what we're lacking in the team, like who would you say in the team has got a bit of charisma about them?
No clue.
No, but on the haircuts though, my wife said about Bowie, because he's trying the mullet. She's like, nah, son. Her words are, nah, son. That's for Australian rules football players. They're the only people that can do the mullet.
Agreed.
That's just her opinion.
Right. What's the score going to be? For out of time. Like I feel like we've not really touched on the game at all. It's an important game today. Like we come back after the national break where this is true. Back at Easter Road, it's a 3 o'clock Saturday kick-off. Everyone's all set up for it to be exciting. We're playing a shit team.
Well,
right, we're playing a shit team. They're capable of beating us, but they're still shit. Like, let's be honest, if we lose, we're all going to be raging about it. Eh? Like, it is one of those ones you'd be like, fucking, these are the games you have to win.
Well, I will be, yeah. But that doesn't mean they're shit.
But the other indicators are there that they're shit. Like, when we've seen them, they've been shit. And and the league position's pretty shit. Mind you, our league position was shit this time last year. So
it was. And how many points are they off the top 6? Like, is it one of them? Like we were sitting. So
I don't know.
What was
they're starting to question everything now, Colin.
Exactly.
Well, here's hoping we can get 3 points against a tricky Dundee side.
Yes.
That's kind of a Dundee side waiting to explode. John, what's the score going to be?
3-1 Hibs. I think I was going to suggest 2-1 originally, based on my earlier logic, and I think we're a wee bit closer in terms of. I think Hibs have conceded 14 and they've scored 9, so I think they've got a goal in them. I think we might concede one, but I didn't want 2-1 because that's just going to make folk a wee bit nervous, I think. So 3-1. A confident 3-1, would they get a consolation one towards the end?
Okay, Colin, before we get a score for you, Chris said, talking haircuts, it appears Ellie's hair disappeared when he was injured. Wonder if it's like Samson, like if his hair and his strength are connected. Interesting. Food for thought. Colin, what's the score going to be?
I agree with John. 3-1.
Right, going for 3-1.
Aye.
I'm going to go for 3-0. I think we'll keep a clean sheet. I think the defence is pretty decent. I don't think Dundee are up to much, and I think it'll be a nice, comfortable afternoon. We'll probably be talking about how we should have scored more. That's my prediction.
Do you know what? I'm saying that we're going to concede one, but actually Salinger's been getting quite a few plaudits, so I'm going to believe in Salinger to keep a clean sheet.
I'd love to see one for the halfway line.
Well, you'd expect it to happen, eh? It's pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've been reading this week.
So,
especially if the keeper's on the halfway line.
Well, generally, if you're scoring for halfway line, the keeper's off the line, right? So.
Dan said, we've got to be winning this one. Confident we'll do the damage. 3-1 Hibs is exactly what I was thinking. And Chris said, I'm sticking to my 5-0. It'll be one of them. It'll be a score. I confidently predict it will have a score. Definitely will have a result. Right. We'll be back on Sunday to talk about it. We will, as always, have the tweet out on the back of the full-time whistle on Saturday. So however the game goes, whether it was good, bad or indifferent, get your comments in and we'll cover them when we record on Sunday. We'll be live from about 8 o'clock. Chris, maybe no 8 o'clock exactly. I'll just set expectations now. We don't know what life will throw up, right? But we will aim to be live from 8 p.m. exactly, but give us a couple of minutes either way. And I would love to see you there. Cheers.